Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first ever Antics and Anecdotes podcast. My name is Leonardo Iacomini, and today I have my first three guests today. Tommy Fleming.
How's it going?
Mr. Ben LaRocca.
Hello, hello.
And the one and only Angelo.
Sangiacomo. And
So,
the mic
guys.
is already falling.
Great start.
Great way to start.
Great start.
So in this podcast, we'll pretty much be discussing everything from funny stories to what's happening in the news to pretty much wherever the conversation takes us. And so excited that we finally got this going.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it'll be a good time.
So
Should be
guys,
fun.
what is new? Anything at all? Anything that's been just rousing people? Anything that's
Something
been
that roused me, not less than 5 minutes ago, my Uncle Jimmy called me fat, so that was fun.
Yeah, it's always great when you get body shamed, you know, especially
Always a good
nowadays.
Oh my God.
I mean, you gotta get motivation.
That's
that
exactly what I was gonna
motivates
say.
me,
man.
Fuel the fire, baby. Fuel the fire.
So I was looking up this article today, and apparently
Smooth
there's this
transition.
place in Salemi in Italy, and the topic is Italian town auctioning off abandoned homes for just over $1.
Bro, I saw that.
I've heard about this.
I looked it up too.
What is that about?
It sounds like
Well,
a
I looked it up.
podcast.
So there's these homes that
Should we go in for it? It'll be 25 cents each.
so
I don't know if I can spare that. I'm not ready to
I don't know if we
Yeah,
can do
I'm
that.
kind of tight on money.
so there's
right
these
now.
homes that they're $1 because there's like these towns in Italy that need people to start like moving in. They need people to like
put
live
money
in them.
put money
yeah,
into
they
the
need
towns.
they need their town's economy.
because
to
they're
have
like
a vital.
ancient towns.
Yeah.
Apparently, they have a lot of history behind them. And
But the one catch is you have to spend like $90,000 on renovations because the houses are they're just gutted. And
Yeah,
they're just like
I didn't read
the
through the whole
$1
article,
is
but
like
yeah.
the $1 is to get you
yeah,
there.
exactly.
And then,
Oh, you'll love it, but then you
Yeah.
gotta fix it.
You gotta spend another $1 million on everything
door,
else.
and then you're like, wait a second.
Yeah,
but
apparently
in
the
terms of like what you get out of like if you were to renovate it, it's pretty nice.
No, it is. And apparently the town is doing this in order to draw in new visitors by auctioning off like these abandoned homes and just have the city be revitalized. Because apparently in 1968 there's an earthquake there and 5,000 residents left, which is like pretty much half their
what?
population or more, which is just wild. To
Is it
think
like
about.
is it like in the mountains? Like why?
I don't know exactly where, but I don't know how.
So you're telling me the people that lived there for as long as they did left
Right?
because there was an earthquake, and you want me to go there?
Exactly, right?
That's like living in San Francisco.
They
Fuck
shouldn't have put
that.
that in the article if they didn't want people to buy them. But
That's
I mean,
so weird. Why?
It's the weirdest thing. It makes no sense.
It really doesn't.
People with the most experience fucking dipped.
Does Italy get a lot of earthquakes? I don't know anything about the other parts of the world.
Everything.
Is that? I guess so. Yeah.
I didn't know
tectonic
Italy had
plates.
bad
Tectonic plates
earthquakes
going
either.
up.
Neither did I. I just know that we
Yeah.
get earthquakes over here.
Probably
exactly.
more.
the only one.
Probably more in the northern side.
So
of
for
it.
the viewers that don't know too, we're from San Francisco
'cause-
and we just have the worst problem with
San Andreas fault,
earthquakes.
baby.
And we're not one to speak because we haven't lived through one, but our parents have. And
What do you mean? We've
We've-
gone through
we've-
tons of
we've-
earthquakes.
Well, yeah.
Well, I mean, nothing that's
nothing-
gonna fucking level the
Yeah.
city.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
But
true.
Not
you know,
yet.
but
Like shit's falling off my
I mean,
shelf.
yeah, knock on wood. I was about to do that because who knows? Maybe in a couple of years, something we're supposed to have a big one. So.
Well, we
Yeah,
have
we're-
to. We're
yeah,
bound to.
we're
Or
getting.
you don't have
I mean,
to,
we
but
have.
we know
actually,
we're gonna.
we did.
We're
We
never
did
really
have kind of a big one. We were. I remember like this happening when we were in middle school or something, maybe like 5th grade or something. But I remember there being like a decently big earthquake that shook the Bay Area. And I remember like watching the news and like there was
I think it's in
stores.
1981.
No, when we were
recently.
alive. This
When we were in middle
I wouldn't
school.
say
Oh, I didn't hear
recently.
that.
I mean, it was probably like
Shoot, the 1906 one.
yeah. We were
Okay,
we were
okay.
well, we were born
What 1978?
We're all
1898,
115
right?
years
Something
old.
around there.
1965.
I mean, there's been so many now. You just like you can't even count them all.
That's what I was gonna say. There's been so many at this point that like
My first earthquake was when I moved out and I was in San Carlos and I was, like the basement. There's like the basement room. And it's like the coldest room in the house. So like that's where me and Dave would play video games. And I was like sitting in this big chair and it literally felt like someone hit the house with a car.
jeez.
Like with a truck, and my chair like shifted over like 3 feet to the left. And it was like a pretty heavy chair too. It was just like, "Chirr," and I was like, "What the?"
That's
just happened,
wild.
bro? Like,
I haven't felt like I felt like an earthquake once, maybe, or twice, but it's for like 2 seconds, and I'm like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, when I was younger, I would always sleep through them, and then like my first one, I remember, I thought it was because in
They're
one of
always
my
at night. What the fuck?
exactly,
They're always
exactly.
at night, too.
But there was
like,
one.
Hey, you feel that earthquake at 4 o'clock? No.
Yeah, like,
I was sleeping.
I was dead asleep.
Why were you
dead
awake?
asleep?
Sorry, continue.
But in one of my houses that I used to live in, my room was right next to the laundry room, so I thought it was the washing machine. And I just like went back to bed, and then the next morning they were like, "Yeah, that was an earthquake." I was like, "Sweet, oh shit, wow, that's kind of cool."
What do you know?
My mom always wakes up. She's
Really?
like, "Did you guys feel that last night?" I was like, "No."
No.
Same with my mom.
Yeah,
she
she's like-
always
she's
feels
on
it.
it.
Yeah, but I feel by the time you wake up and it's past, then you're just even more freaked out because you're like, someone's breaking into my goddamn home.
But I also feel like
Actually, earthquake.
maybe because our parents, like my parents were living in Marina during the big one, and like they saw houses and shit
Yeah.
like coming down.
Dude,
Like,
Marina
they're ready
is
for
I
it.
think
Yeah.
they're.
so
I feel like
screwed.
it's ingrained in
Yeah,
them now. Like they
exactly.
feel any shift, and they're like,
Yeah.
I mean, like, I always get freaked out of them nowadays. 'Cause I'm like, oh, there's gonna be a second shock. That's gonna be so massive, and I just
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
the marina's built on landfill,
Yeah,
basically.
it's all-
Yeah.
Bunch of garbage. And bunch of
Yeah,
garbage.
it's like it's called reclaimed land because it's pretty much just like dirt they took from one area and just put it
And then
there.
it becomes liquefaction once there's an earthquake, which literally houses will just sink.
It's the scariest thing ever.
The
So
first-
the whole marina is going underground.
Crazy thing is the Millennium Tower. Is that
Millennium
what it's
Falcon?
called?
Yeah, how it's tilted.
No, yeah. There's a building in downtown that's literally sinking right now.
"Yeah, the Millennium."
There's a video of a guy on the top floor. He lives on the top floor of that building, and he put a marble on his kitchen counter, and it just like rolls off like to the side, like
Yeah,
pretty fast.
but that thing.
No way.
Yeah.
Then like if there's there's gonna be one, but when that big earthquake hits, that thing's gonna be devastating because that thing's
I'm
gonna
confused.
that's gonna topple over and.
confused. Why aren't they moving everyone out as soon as possible?
So
if I was the owner of that building, I'd
it's
be
a
like, "Get
massive
everyone the
lawsuit.
fuck outta
It's like
here."
the biggest lawsuit ever, and they're like, they want to pay for it, and they're
Ever?
like, who do I blame? And like, is it the construction workers? Is it the architects? Is it like who?
Well,
You
it
know?
would be Leonardo. I don't even know, man.
How you doing?
Well, that's a
But
whole
didn't
different, that's a whole different question.
our friend Ben,
You're Ben.
different Ben,
I thought you were Ben.
We have many Bens in our
didn't
friend group.
he
Ben.
And that Ben.
Ben Dirk didn't he like work? He had an internships one
Yeah.
year at the Millennium Tower, didn't he?
Was it
I
the
don't
Millennium?
remember.
Yeah, I think it was one
I
of
think
their
it was.
projects.
Didn't he say that when he was there, someone bought the top room
That's probably the guy that like
for
made
like
that
for like
video.
an insane
Like
amount
millions
of
of
money.
dollars.
Yeah, like
yeah.
it was
Are
like
they
it was like
condos
20.
up there, or are they
Well,
apartments?
so
Wait, is that
apparently-
brand new?
Yeah.
Probably
no,
condos.
no, it's
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
I don't think so.
No,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. The place Dirk was working for was a brand new one. And
Oh, it
someone-
was?
Someone bought the penthouse on a brand new building.
Oh, I thought it.
But I think
Maybe it's a different Millennium then, because I swear he was
no,
talking
no.
about.
That's what I'm saying. I
Yeah.
think his company that was theirs
yeah, okay.
previously.
Yeah,
but he didn't.
That makes
that's
sense.
not- yeah,
It's
but
like,
yeah.
why would you buy that top room if you know this building
Yeah.
is just absolutely screwed?
maybe you're there for like a year. You want to just run the risk.
I guess.
You're like, I want
Dude,
to
you have money to buy that room.
It's such a
Dude,
big
that
risk.
thing falls over. Holy shit.
Got
That's
the
what I'm
money to buy
saying,
the room.
bro.
You probably got the money to
Sleep
sue
at
the
night.
people you
Oh,
bought
no,
it from.
no
Yeah.
shot.
Like you'd go to bed every night wondering if you're gonna wake up on the cement.
Well,
300
you would
feet
wake
down.
up midair first.
Yeah, like,
You just go back to bed. Nah, whatever.
You have 2 minutes to contemplate what you did, and then
Hopefully you go back to sleep before you hit the
what if
ground.
you just landed on your bed? Your bed just slid off. It braces your fall.
So talking about that too, you know how like
That'd be nice.
how in Inception, like they're like give him the kick, and when they fall back, they wake up out of a dream, and that's kind of like a response to like how humans have evolved. And I was listening to this other podcast today, and they're talking about why do humans feel tickle? Like, what is the evolutionary advantage of tickling? Because you think of smell. Oh, there's a fire. Get the fuck out of there. Food, all that type
Yeah.
of stuff. Tickling has no
I've had-
no
I
got this.
basis.
Yeah, I got this. I got
have
this in the
to.
bag.
I
I'm ready to
searched up
rock.
the answer too. So
Ready?
let
I know
me
what
hear
Pedro's
each
gonna
of your
say.
answers.
I know you.
Spiders.
Yeah, exactly.
Insects.
oh,
You're like, huh? I don't want that
exactly
on
what
me.
it's for.
That actually is yeah.
Because think about it.
Okay.
Every time,
All right, Ben, wait,
every
wait.
time,
All right,
like
you go.
even if your hairs like go up on your like arm, it feels like something's moving, and you freak out for a second because
Yeah,
you're like you
yeah.
think something's on your arm like a spider. And
It's a weird
Yeah, okay,
stimulation.
So I
thing.
think it's the human's response to an insect.
Yeah, yeah.
this is insane because literally like 3 nights ago, I got woken up at like midnight to a spider crawling on my face.
exactly, bro.
Yeah.
Ah,
Wait,
how big?
Well, there you go. That's it.
It wasn't small.
Isn't there a
Big
stat?
enough to wake you up, which is
Yeah, so like
yeah.
I felt it drop on my face, and I I like half awake flicked. I didn't know it was a spider at first. Obviously, I'm like still asleep at that point. But
Yeah, it's dark.
I slap it off my face, and then it like crawls on my back, and that's when I wake up. And I'm like, oh, what is this? I grab my phone, and then it's on my chest. I'm just like, oh my god. Yeah.
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 Oh,
And that's the second time that's happened to me.
no.
So there was one time when I was in LA going to college, and one year I lived in the garage and I didn't have a bathroom, obviously, so I'd have to walk inside the house to go to the bathroom.
Fucking garage.
Yeah, exactly.
Christ.
I didn't even know that. It was cheap. It was cheap living, baby. Come on now. But I walk into go to the bathroom. I'm going to the bathroom. I just feel something like tickling my cheek, and then I look in the mirror and there's just a spider crawling on my face. I was like, oh my god, lovely.
You got some space.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
the other night I was playing Apex in my room, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go put on a hoodie. So I walk into my closet, and I have this light that just goes on. It's motion activated light. So whenever I walk in the closet, it goes on.
Fancy.
It's not fancy. It's like a foot closet. Anyways, right next to where the light is, there's this house centipede. You guys know what a house centipede is?
No.
It's a centipede. It was a large one, about this big. That's just the body, and it has like a fan of legs, like inches long. Like the legs are like inches long around it. And I'm like,
God.
I've never met this guy in my life. I just started playing Apex with him, and I was like, hey, buddy, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go deal with this. And then so I mute myself on Xbox. Didn't do I mute myself actually. And so this fucking guy heard my whole confrontation with this bug. Like, you motherfucker, you're going to get out of my closet. I'm going to get you, you son of a bitch. And he's just like, little bug, just like sitting there, just not even doing anything. I'm like, all right. So I grab a washcloth from my bathroom, put it into a little ball, and just put it right on the guy, and just go wham, and just punch him as hard as I could on the wall. And I pull it back, and there's just like a smudge of bug on the wall. I'm like, look on the towel. It looks like somebody had embroidered something on the towel.
Like
it
a
looked
fossil.
like a fancy little thing, like with the legs fanning out and everything. And I was like, I'm not dealing with this. Walked outside my room, threw it on the table outside my room, went back to bed. My mom the next morning, she's like, what was with that embroidering on your towel? She's like, I thought it looked really nice, and then I picked it up and I just screamed. I was like, I'm sorry. I probably should have dealt with that.
Oh, God. That happened to me too in Florence when mosquitoes would come in my room, and I would swat them on the wall, and all the walls would be white. And, they would smoke me at night, and then I would kill them all every night before I went to bed. And I would be hitting them with my towel on the walls because it would just be like perched up there. And 9 out of 10 of them would have blood in them. And so at the end of my
Leonardo blood.
it was literally streaks of blood all through the walls and the ceiling. So I swear to God, like the dean or whatever came one day, and they walked in my room, and I'm like hungover, and I like wake up and I open the door. It's like there's people visiting from Gonzaga, and like
check
the
on
dean's there,
the status
and they're
of
like
the room.
saying hello to everybody in the room. And I like open my door, I have like no shirt on. I'm like, hello, and they're like,
do you want?
how you doing? And then like they come in real quick. And like they see all like the blood around the wall, and they're like, "What the hell?" They're like, "What's going on here?" I'm like, "I
kill
don't
all
know.
the skaters." No, Lardo. The trick with that is, me and Leo found it when we were living there. This little thing called the vape. It's just this little thing you plug in the wall, and it just spews out whatever chemical that kills the mosquitoes.
Oh my God.
Probably awful.
Why would you want that in your room?
Was there blood on my wall?
You're just breathing that in.
There were no mosquitoes.
Yeah, but your lungs are
a risk.
I know. I have some Italian mosquito
I don't want the
cancer.
vape in my lungs.
I don't want the
vape. I stand by the vape. If you have a chance, get a vape and plug it in.
No, fuck that. Don't listen to
Hey,
this
shout out to vape.
Please,
Sponsor this
please
podcast.
sponsor us. Please sponsor
If
us.
you want to sponsor me, I'm all in. I will.
Look, we love our vape. We keep it set up every night.
We got plenty
They
of
have
vapes
that out
around
there
here.
too at restaurants.
Oh, no,
in Italy.
oh, no,
Like, you have
no,
like the little
please.
circle things.
Oh, please.
I like
Yeah, you gotta fix
I like
that.
the bug swatters, the electric bug.
They're fun to use.
Fun to use.
Jackson.
Yeah.
That's what you needed.
Yeah,
instead of-
those are nice.
you could have just walked around your room like.
Yeah.
We were at Jackson's house the other day, and they paid me to stick my tongue on one of those things.
No way.
Yeah.
How much did I pay you for that?
Did it hurt?
Yeah, my tongue went numb for like
What, did I pay you like 10 bucks?
10
What
minutes.
was it?
No, it was 50 total.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, fuck it, why not?
He just licked it. It was like,
That's absurd. You have like
Jackson
it's
took a
got
video.
like a brand on your tongue or something.
I don't
Yeah,
think
but if
so.
he just had one little square,
It's like a little waffle iron.
fried.
Just get stuck to his tongue.
Oh god, that would be terrible. Like the Christmas Story.
Oh my god.
Has that ever happened to you guys? You know that movie Christmas Story?
Yeah, it
Where
has.
the kid sticks his tongue on the freezing pole and
yeah.
his tongue gets stuck.
Oh yeah, that's what that movie's
I've tried
from?
that before.
I thought it was from Dumb
It
and
works.
Dumber.
I haven't tried. No,
Also from Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
But they do the thing with the plastic tongue.
Yeah.
And they're like, like pulls like a foot out of his mouth.
I don't think I've seen that.
I haven't done it with a pole, but I'm like, I don't know. I think
That
it's,
happens with ice cubes. And
yeah,
stuff.
that's what I was gonna say. I think
Like
it's
when
with
you're a
ice
wet
cubes where
hand,
it
you
happens.
reach into your like ice dispenser,
it happens
like,
with my
sticks
tongue.
to your hands.
Yeah, I've had it with my tongue though for sure. It's probably with ice cubes though.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, it's because your tongue has all the saliva on it, and your saliva freezes. And it's
I guess
strong.
pretty quick. Yeah.
I don't know.
What is
I'm
that?
So I've been
Fact check me, but I think that's right.
I've been looking up all these articles recently too, just a lot of them for the podcast. But one of them I came across, I had to look up.
Oh
Viewers
my
who probably
God.
can't see this now, but there's a German man who set a world record for 516 body modifications.
Dude,
We'll put it up on the screen right
Looks
Fuck.
like.
Oh, I've seen
Here.
that.
Why do people
Yeah, put
want
it
to
right
do
there.
that, bro?
And
Oh
it's
my
just
god,
like
look at his
the-
lips.
It's literally like he
I've
has
seen
like
that. No, the horns are what freak me
the whole-
out, bro.
he has like
yeah.
he has like metal like whatever like beads in his like arms
Yeah,
and
no,
everything.
yeah.
And he got a world record from it. I'm like, why? That's
Why
No,
is
he's-
that?
he's
That's
defending
not
himself
worth
from
it.
cannibals.
No,
not
yeah.
worth it
I
at
know,
all.
I know
They
it's
can't
not
eat
worth it. I watched a full like Snapchat documentary. You know, sometimes you get
Snapchat
Yeah.
documentary.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what?
Like on Vice or
it's
something like
How many
that.
ads are in that?
All right, no, I think it's called like This Now.
Yes,
It's
yeah,
like they
yeah,
always
yeah.
have like weird shit where it's like
Yeah.
weird stories, but it always draws
They're
you in. You're
intriguing.
like, and then you end up watching the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
It was about a couple in like Peru. Like one guy was a body modification guy, and he had his wife who he basically recruited to body modifications. She was like, she married him once
She was
he was
normal?
completely modified. Yeah, and then she's now
She was
or he was completely modified, and now she's modifying herself. But
Ew, that's so
like the guy's a really like nice dude. Like they have a kid. It was a weird. He was like he was just talking about how people like
Well, what
like
type-
us are like automatically like, oh, these people are weird as fuck. But the guy was completely normal.
But
He
like,
was
what
just,
type
like,
of body
I just fell in
modifications
love
is he
with-
doing to himself?
So like he does the horns. He does like
Okay, see that.
He has
What my
you already
thinking is,
lost
how
me.
do you
Like,
go
you
through
are
the
not a normal
TSA at
person
an
if you do
airport?
that.
You
I know
gotta
you're.
take
I
out
know,
each
but they are. Like,
individual
they have a
ring.
kid,
You have
they
like
go to the
200
take
metal
them to the
rings
park,
on
and,
They
you.
like,
scan you.
They're good
They
parents.
do the
That's
same thing as
thing.
everybody else, but
They're
then
good
you
people.
get the
Okay,
second,
well, there's
second
you can
screening.
be.
True.
They just fuck you.
It's
Yeah.
not like they're just like
Shove
some
their
like
finger up your ass.
druggy. Like,
You got any
bad
metal
people.
up there?
They're like a good parental group that takes care of their
So-
children, but they just look weird.
Gosh,
If you had to do body modification to yourself, what would you do? Something crazy. Like no, you can't just do like, oh, I'm gonna do an ear piercing.
I mean, oh shit.
I'm not into the whole body modification.
Okay, well, are
gotta
we
though.
talking? How
Is it
fictional?
either that
How
or you lose a
fictional are we
hand?
talking?
Does a
Because
tattoo
Jesus
count? Does a tattoo count?
So I
What?
gotta
no,
a
no,
tattoo.
no,
That's
no,
That's not
no,
body
no,
mod.
we gotta
Like
get-
sharpening your teeth.
Well, no,
Like
technically a
something
tattoo
stupid.
is a body mod.
But that's a boring one.
Yeah,
I'm not.
I
I don't
modified
know.
my body then.
I don't know what you can and can't do, but like if I could get a tail, that'd actually be kind of cool.
Like
A
a
tail?
prehensile tail.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be fucking
would-
sick.
yeah,
Who wouldn't take a
yeah,
prehensile?
exactly.
That's dope.
Okay, I know what I'm doing.
just really
Yeah,
embrace
actually.
my monkey roots. You know?
Yeah, I'd be up
Especially
there
if, like,
hanging by the rafters,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Just
Get
by
some
my tail.
senses to it in time, like you grow nerves there and everything.
Yeah,
You're
that's
just
what.
like,
Yeah,
you
exactly.
can-
Exactly.
I'm just gonna.
Before you sit down on some spikes.
I
You
like
can just
your
climb
idea.
a tree like a motherfucker. Just
You're gonna
like,
what?
What'd you say, Tom?
wrap yourself around
Yeah.
like branches. I like your idea. I think I'm gonna sharpen my canines completely.
Just fangs.
Just rip through steaks. Just-
Fun fact. I,
Sir, do you need a knife? I do not.
no, thank you.
I have some of the biggest canine teeth my dentist has ever seen. So
Well, sharpen
When did he
those
tell you
puppies.
that?
You mean the ones right here?
I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago.
He's like, wow, kid.
It's because they're not.
some
It's
great
not big
canines.
here. They go all the way
Oh,
up there.
okay.
They go
Makes
all
more
the way to
sense.
the top. Yes, sir.
yes,
I
Yes,
still
sir.
have a baby tooth on my bottom row.
What?
I
Yeah,
said
so
bitch
the
out.
Are you
one
kidding me?
Here, there's all these holes in it from the acid and everything because there's no tooth under it. So the roots are still intact.
How the
and
hell
it's
do you have a
still-
baby tooth?
It's still like fine to like have in there, but like
that's crazy.
in 5 or 10 years, I'll have to like get a replacement.
That is insane.
My brother has it the same thing on the opposite side because my
That's
mom,
also
my
really
mom
weird.
had that, so we got both those
Probably
genes.
genetic, yeah.
It's a definition of like a gene passing.
Yeah, that's wild.
Which happens. But
That's insane that there's a
But that's
gene.
like-
There's a gene that does that.
there's
too.
literally like a
Like,
little
fuck your
strand of
teeth.
DNA
Like, what?
that does that.
Yeah,
That's so
it just
insane.
gives you one little baby tooth. I had a
gonna
tooth
fuck this
grow
kid over,
on
watch
the
this.
roof of my
Yeah,
mouth.
yeah. My sister had that too.
What?
I had a tooth grow on the roof of my mouth, behind my front teeth, like back
wild.
here, and I had to get it taken out.
Yeah, that
Do
happens.
you guys still have your wisdom teeth?
No, I still
I was
have
I was
mine.
about to
have all
ask.
mine.
Yeah, I still have
Some
all
people
mine.
as
some
well.
people now
You
are.
need them, Mr. Baby Tooth.
it overcompensates for my other one.
You're already missing a fucking
Just take
tooth.
my wisdom tooth and put it right there.
I was gonna say people now, like there's people like one of my family friends that I grew up with. She was born with. They were both. There's two girls. They're both born without wisdom teeth.
Really?
Yeah, which is kind of crazy. And there's people that now that you don't even need to take them out. But like
Mine just came in.
mine were huge.
I only got rid of the bottom ones.
I had to get rid of all
Really?
four, and they were massive.
I feel like
Were you
I feel
awake
like
for the
in
surgery?
future, they
God
won't,
no.
humans won't have.
yeah.
It might.
They didn't put me
It
under.
might get out of
Okay, well,
the
They drugged me
evolutionary
up,
trait of needing
but I
them.
could feel them like,
Just based
I could
on-
literally
is
feel them
terrible.
snap the tooth.
Yeah.
That is terrible.
And I was like,
I
what
low
is
key,
that?
I wanted to feel that. I'm huge on like having an experience, and like that's something that I would have wanted
Nope,
to feel.
nope. You hear them grinding.
Because, bro, they-
cut it into 4 pieces and pulled it
Dude,
out of my mouth.
my teeth were
That wasn't
causing me
about it.
so much problems because they were huge. They were massive. They were.
Did you get to keep them?
Yeah, I have them in my room right now. They're in a little bag. I have my mom's wisdom
with
teeth
like
too.
like a necklace, like put holes through.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, Ben wants to be that guy, the
They're too
tooth
gross for
necklace
that.
guy.
They're too gross. Yeah,
Yeah, we
like
don't talk
fucking,
to
like
him
fucking, like Pirates of the Caribbean. It's like one of those guys.
Oh,
One of those
no,
cannibals.
No. Every time someone gets their wisdom teeth out, Ben's is like,
Add it to the.
hey, you gonna keep those? Or, you're gonna use that? Try and use those?
There's definitely people out there that have like a teeth fetish. Like not as in like in your mouth, but like out of the mouth.
Oh
teeth.
my
Bro,
God.
yeah, that's what I was gonna
Lardo,
say.
people who are into biting. Yes.
You could find a subreddit for any type of group of people.
That's what I was gonna
You
say.
can find a a subreddit for people that like taking glass.
Lardo?
Huh?
Nothing.
What weird subreddits have you found?
I barely go on whatever Reddit. I
Yeah,
don't even know
you're the only Reddit whore
I
here.
barely
Angelo.
I
go
found
on
some
it,
weird
but-
ones.
I'm sure you have.
Just
There's some
because
weird
you say
shit.
that's why I was like, okay.
Yeah, there's
Another-
some weird stuff out there.
But yeah, I was gonna say like when we were talking about the body modifications, it just like it reminded me like some people are just so fucking weird. Like it just blows
body
my
shame people.
It just I'm not.
That's what we
I'm
led
more,
with, Ben.
I'm
We
more.
led with
I'm not
body
body
shaming.
shaming them. I'm more mind shaming them. Just like I don't, it's so weird
How
to
do you
me.
get to that point?
Yeah, that you can think like that. That you
Incomprehensible.
can just like change, or like
Well, I think you have to be extremely comfortable with where you're at in life.
I feel like it's the opposite. I feel like that guy, the body modification guy, is so uncomfortable with where he's at that he wants to.
Yeah.
He wants to have some type of control.
or he's just found complete inner peace with himself and is like, fuck it.
You don't give a fuck.
Do you get money for winning?
Yes,
a Guinness
that's what
Book of
I'm
World
saying.
Records?
What is the incentive to having
no,
a
you
Guinness
just
World
have-
Record?
No, you just get your name. You
It's
do
just-
that
just your
thing.
name.
Because
in a
I remember,
goddamn
like,
book.
as a kid,
Yeah.
remember we always had the Guinness World Record books, like, in our school library or
Oh,
something. and I'm-
we used to love.
Dude, those were
I
hype.
have
used
one
to have
over
cool-
there. I
cool
have one on that
covers
shelf over
too.
there.
yeah,
Like, they
oh,
change
like,
them every
yeah,
year.
the
See that
holographic
red
covers.
red
Yeah,
one?
yeah, yeah.
That's one of them.
I had
like-
like 3 of them. 2000. Like I think I had 7, 8, and 9.
I
think those
had
were, like,
8 and 7, I think. I
That
know
was
I
like green, blue, and red.
I had the
Bro,
green one.
that
I had
was
the green
shit
one.
in like elementary and middle school, going through like Guinness World Record books. And,
Oh
like,
yeah, 100%.
You guys remember like the little ones?
Be like,
the
oh
little
my
like
God,
the
look at
thick,
this guy.
No.
thick pages, but they were like this big.
No, I don't remember those.
Oh, those
ones at
were
all.
dope. They had like a bunch of like weird. They all have weird
Like
facts.
yeah,
But,
like
like-
the obscure Guinness World
Yeah,
Record.
Yeah,
this,
like the
this one's
really
like
weird
the
ones.
largest crater made by a meteor.
See,
Like,
that's more interesting than having someone with the longest nails in the world, and that's one that I remember from one of the big
that
guys.
the most,
yeah,
the
I
person who
would-
can lift the most with their eyelids.
Yeah,
It's
like,
I don't give a
or the
fuck.
stretchiest
It is
skin. I
pretty
remember
good.
that one
The
too.
longest nails in the world.
Gross.
It's gross.
Yeah, I was about to say that's the grossest one I've
Like,
seen. 'cause,
imagine
the
walking
pictures-
around. You wouldn't be able to pick up.
That's what
anything
I'm
for
saying.
one
Like,
because
why?
You have
What is the
8 feet of
incentive?
nails
Like,
on,
people
yeah.
are
it's
so
crawling down
fucking
to your
weird, bro.
thigh,
How
bro.
don't
And
they
also
just
they,
like
like,
break
spun.
off?
They spin, yeah, like
Yeah,
ram-
they
like
started
rams.
curling, literally like ram's horns.
Yeah.
Like, how do you like take a shower and like wash?
I thought you were gonna
yourself?
say, how do you take a shit? Like,
and that.
how do you wipe your ass?
Yeah, that's what I had. Yeah.
Imagine this. Imagine being working from home on the computer, just like.
Oh, those people, those people don't have jobs that,
You'd
that
have
need
to like
computers.
type like this, like pat it almost.
You'd have to like.
'Cause you can't like go down.
You'd have to go with like the corner of your fingers.
Yeah.
Or just use one finger. To
Oh,
type
dude,
everything.
I don't know why that one's like the grossest one
that
for
one
me.
freaks
Is
me
is
out.
the long nails.
I couldn't imagine how long would you have to grow it out. Probably
a long.
I think
probably
though,
like your whole life.
it says the
Guys,
people that
we
do it,
can
like,
find
for
it.
like
It's
3
in the
years.
book.
This is in the
That
book.
is true,
It's in the-
bro.
yeah,
I'm
I'll
literally
also
like
just
getting
look it
like
up.
low key kind of queasy from this. I don't know why that one like I just it's imprinted in my brain and it's just
All right,
so
Ben.
fucking because they're nasty ass nails too. They're like
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like gross.
oh they're just like
Gangy motherfuckers.
yeah.
So I got.
You know
I got
she doesn't
one for
wash
you.
those.
Would you rather wear the tooth necklace, be that guy,
We're still on this.
or eat one of that person's fingernails?
Oh
Wait, so you gotta wear that for the rest of your life?
The necklace.
okay, but so
The necklace is a year of your life. You have to wear the necklace.
for the necklace. For the necklace, are we doing the
Dude,
thing
this
where
isn't even a question.
we're
Can't
adding
hide it.
teeth to it, or is it just mine?
Just your teeth.
It's
many-
also other people. It's everyone's teeth here.
It's
We gotta make it weirder. We gotta make it weirder.
I'll even
friends wisdom.
I'll even put Lardo's I'll put Lardo's
You make
baby
a new
tooth on
friend,
it
his
too.
teeth here on the necklace.
I'll give you my baby tooth. I would rather, honestly, I don't know, if you can't hide it, so you're like going out to like a wedding
Gosh,
or a funeral.
yeah.
You can't put it under your shirt.
And no, that's what he said.
it's gotta be shown.
I would probably just bite up and eat the nail, put it in
Oh,
a smoothie,
dude,
and
no,
just drink it.
I think I would eat the nail and just like shred it onto
I
something.
can't do that. Stop.
For everyone listening,
I'm the tooth
Spaghetti,
guy.
just
I'm the
instead
tooth
of
guy.
Parmesan, just nail.
I'm the tooth
no.
guy.
For everyone listening, you know, Flom will wear a tooth necklace for 8 years straight before eating a 6 foot
8
nail.
years.
Yeah, bro.
All right.
What do you mean?
Dude, the 6 foot nail could be done.
If you had clean,
Yeah, that could.
if you clean off and polish the wisdom teeth, it
Well,
honestly
that's not-
wouldn't look that bad. You
that's
could
not
put
what
on,
I'm-
like a nice gold chain, nice.
Okay, all right, that's
look like a
that's reaching a
psychopath.
little bit. But like, it's not even that it's for me. It's not that it's gross. It's just that people are gonna think you're a fucking weirdo.
Well, if
We're
you
also
wear,
gonna be, it's either that or you're the freak who ate the nail.
But people are gonna like. You're not gonna go around parading like, yeah, I ate the longest fucking thumbnail in the world.
I mean, you might just die though before anyone knows.
well, that's what I'm saying. That you know that lady
Fungi.
does not wash her nails, so like they're disgusting.
You can wash them. Just gotta
Dude, no,
eat it.
when they start curling, how do
You
you
gotta like
wash
have
that?
someone else. Okay, enough of this nail subject.
Yeah, that was a bad
That's
tangent.
absurd fucking thing.
We're sorry about that rabbit hole.
Okay. So either you can teleport anywhere you want, but you can only teleport to places you've been, and you can't take anything with you. That's including clothes, wallet, phone. You're just naked whenever you go teleport somewhere.
Naked.
Or you can turn invisible, but every time you do, there's a loud thunderclap right where you are.
Like,
Whenever you turn invisible or turn revisible.
Like it's just the sound though. Like no lightning doesn't freaking hit your spot.
No, it's just a really loud ass noise,
Gotcha.
and everyone will be like, "Well, there's Lardo turning invisible. I wonder who he's gonna go perv on." Also, your clothes don't turn invisible too. Which one do you?
So then
take?
you have to be naked.
I don't think I'd want to be invisible.
What is with you and naked
Your
right
clothes
now?
don't
I wanna
turn
be naked.
invisible?
You're trying to,
Dude,
I was gonna say,
you know
trying to
what?
take your clothes off right now?
Okay, but the problem is, if you're a naked time traveler,
You're not. You're just teleporting.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
It's like you can just. You just want to go home,
you want to go home, but you get home, you're butt ass naked.
and you
Well,
leave
I mean,
your
you
wallet
could-
and your phone and all your clothes right in the pile where you were.
Oh no,
you can't bring
That's
anything
the worst
with you.
fucking superpower I've ever heard.
That's terrible.
That's the point.
So you gotta, like,
So
if
which
you-
one you taking?
I'm taking the thunderclap invisibility. 100%.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's an easy. That's an
also
easy
kind
one.
of
Wait,
tight.
wait,
'cause,
yeah,
like,
that's dope.
You're at a party, all of a sudden it's like, boom.
That's
and
like-
you're like, where did Otto go?
That's like those like you know like in old school movies like the old school magician just like a puff of smoke and he's gone. It's literally your puff.
fair.
That's your puff of smoke. It's just
That's
a
fair.
thunderclap.
I would probably take that too.
Yeah,
Just
that-
because the no clothes thing. It's like if I want to like go to Hawaii,
Well, your clothes don't turn invisible either.
you
Well,
said
yeah,
they do. You can't bring anything.
That'd be
with
kind
you.
of cool though,
can't
walking
bring it.
around invisible with just clothes.
Well, then I'd take my clothes off on that. situation, too.
I
No,
would
that's
go.
true. That's true.
I
either
would
way,
take
you're
the
butt
Keep them
teleporting.
somewhere safe, and then you're all good.
I'd take the teleporting and have stashes of clothes like everywhere.
You're a freak. You're
So
a freak.
right when you teleport to a spot, you just have clothes.
The best place
and a
to
phone.
teleport would be to
You'd have
my
to have like a
room.
million
You have to like
phones.
plan ahead of time. You'd have to have like
That's
people
not
in
the
every
best
corner
place to
being like, yeah,
teleport.
like prepare
Why?
this for me.
I mean, like my
Or,
first
yeah,
thing
like,
was like,
I'm
oh,
about to
just
leave.
teleport
Grab all
to
my
Europe
shit.
when you want to.
Like, you're just
You gotta
like,
be there
poof,
before,
gone.
and then what are you
I've
gonna
been
do? You
there,
gotta run around
motherfucker.
naked.
I got money like that.
You gotta run around. You've been there. You gotta run around naked.
All right,
You gotta
so
find
by the
fucking
way,
clothes.
Oh, I forgot. I was
I'll
kind
have
of
to
mixing
say
the
on
two at
Really?
one point. I was
Yeah.
like, you're gonna get there, and no one's gonna see you, but never mind. You're naked, so everyone sees you.
So speaking of UFOs, we weren't even talking about that. But
You're really good at segueing, Lardo.
oh, I'm the worst at them. That's gonna be the name of the game. The DoD from Airspace Threat Program. UFOs are real.
Yeah.
It just came
what
out
the
that
director of
couple
defense
days
is that
ago.
what DOD
Well, see,
is?
Yeah.
there's a difference between
Like-
aliens and UFOs.
No, there's not.
No.
What?
That's hand in hand.
No.
Unidentified flying object. Technically,
Yeah, they
my
go-
drone, if they don't know what it is and I fly it into military airspace, that's a UFO.
No, but there
Until
are
they identify it.
No, but
No. They didn't know that's a drone.
Until they identify it. It's just it's on their radar. They're
the
like, what the fuck
DOD
is
was
this?
saying though that there's like
I know,
objects that
they've had
physically
visuals.
like don't
No.
they don't like follow the laws of gravity. Like
Right.
they'll
Yeah.
see
So-
something and they'll just like freaking like
So-
disappear
Yeah, so
out of nowhere.
Okay, so
Oh,
in
God,
San
we're
Diego,
really getting into this right now.
In
Fuck.
San Diego, I literally listened to the Joe Rogan podcast where they had the Navy. Yeah, the Navy. They had one of the guys from the Navy who went out to like monitor the situation. They had an unidentified flying object breaching from 65,000 feet to 1 feet. 1 feet above water level in 1 second. It dropped and then stopped 1 feet above water level in 1 second. These dudes fly out in their brand new fucking jets. They go check it out. They see this thing like shaped as a tic tac above the water, just hovering. And as soon as they get closer to get it on its radar, it starts actively jamming their radar. So when someone actively jams a radar, it's considered an act of war. Like you're not allowed to actively jam radar. They like if the United States military
the
wants to come and
yeah.
get you on their radar, you cannot actively jam them. Otherwise, they could technically blow your shit up.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense for our world, but those aliens
So
don't
it
know
actively
what
it actively jams them, which shows that whatever the object was knew that they were like being monitored.
Oh yeah.
And then it had like gone in some crazy rotation and dipped, and it got to a spot like I think it was a couple miles away from where they were just at, and the people on like monitoring the radar were like, "Yeah, it just got there in 1 second." Like, what the hell's going on? But basically, why the Pentagon came out with the information was because we've had a lot of close encounters with these unidentified flying objects with airliner jets. So like people like you and I on
Really?
JetBlue, and these fucking things are getting close to us. Like that's a problem, and I don't think our government knows anything about it. It could be, or I do think our government
They
knows.
definitely know.
They
something
do
about it.
know everything
People
about
have
it.
files
They don't
and
want to tell
files
us.
of stuff.
But
Yeah.
also, I don't necessarily think it might not be aliens. It just might be another country who's just got
No shot.
superior technology to
No
us.
shot. No
So
shot.
I don't know,
If
though.
China, the only one who could do
But-
that would be
but-
China. If they have that amount of technology, they would affect us.
But basically, what
Yeah.
these Navy guys were saying, these jet pilots, were that it almost looked as if it had a force field around it, like a bubble. Like you could see like almost like a bubble around it, and there was this one guy, I think his name was Richard, like I don't know what his name was, but he worked for the government like way back in like the 40s, 50s.
You talking about Bob Lazar?
Bob Lazar, yeah, Bob Lazar.
Bob,
And he
was
was-
Bob Laser.
Yeah,
Bob
so
Lazar.
now
He's
now-
like
now
the-
all his stories are getting legitimized because what he was talking about is exactly what matches what these ships are.
Yeah, so Bob Lazar worked in like a super specific area of Area 51. It's like Area S4 or some shit like that. And
Dope.
he wanted to come out with these stories and he had to like hide from the government for a while. And then one of the stories he was talking about was they had an aircraft, a UFO in Area 51, and they were trying to break it down and see what was good with it and how it worked and all that. And in like in the 80s when he was studying this aircraft, they discovered, or well, they didn't discover it, but they knew it was fueled by this random element.
It was a gravitationally propelled.
Yeah, so it was this element that like could
Create its own
could
gravitation.
bend gravity pretty much.
Creates
Could
its own
could
gravitation,
change
yeah.
gravity, and it was he named it element 115. And like a few years ago, they were
115?
yeah, which is kind of funny. But
Like, that's no coincidence.
a few years ago, probably like I don't know, 5 years ago, they were using a particle accelerator, and they actually found that element.
Really?
Yeah, so it's a real element.
Put it in the ship.
But the element is not. We can't produce it on Earth.
Right.
What it is, the element, what it is something was able to, like, chemically create this element. It's not, or maybe they have a massive amount of resources on the planet.
Yeah, you never know.
Or not, they were able to basically engineer this element and create it and
like
they,
an alchemist.
yeah.
Like, just
So
mixed, like
Bob Lazar came in after someone who was previously working on the engine had died because he touched like the thing, and the guy died. And they had warned Bob Lazar about like not touching it and stuff.
is this radioactive or just because it's
Well,
like
they didn't.
knows?
Well, at the time, they didn't know anything about it.
Yeah,
but what
yeah,
it is
It's like the
it,
scene in Rick and
it
Morty.
has the ability.
It's just death.
It has the ability to
Instant death.
Touch the
has the
ship,
ability-
you die.
Yeah, literally. But it has the ability to create its own gravitational force field.
Yeah.
That propels itself in any which direction it wants to at any speed,
Yeah, and like
and
one
it can
of the
stop in a second. Like it's just insane.
one of like
crazy.
the leading like
Wait. Before we go past that,
It's hundreds of years past our jet.
no.
thousands of years.
Let me say this. That would fucking kill us if we get in the ship.
Maybe or maybe not because
I think if you're moving, if you
no. Okay, so
No, because if gravity is distorted in the ship,
oh,
then
it's
you
in
might,
the ship too.
so
yeah, you might
okay,
not be
this is
that
where I
makes
was
more
going.
sense.
Feeling
This is
the
where I was
effects.
going
no,
with
you
this
won't feel
point.
anything,
you
any
wouldn't feel-
G-force. Like
Exactly.
you'll just be like,
Exactly. So
"La."
This is
You
where I
could
was
be
going with
moving
my
in
with my
whatever
point was
direction you
that
want.
like the biggest question mark or like the theory about light speed and all that is that if you need in order to go that fast in space, you have to have like a force field around yourself where gravity
Doesn't
and a
have its
sense of
effect on
time isn't affected.
it. Yeah.
And that's
that makes sense.
And the
because
only
in
way to
order
do
get
that is create your own gravitational force field.
Yeah, because if you think about like taking off on a plane, you're like feeling that as you go,
Mm-hmm,
and then once you get to 500 miles an hour, you're like you don't feel like you're being pushed back.
Right.
So in that sense, if you had to go the light speed, you'd have to go all the way from 0 to like 1,000,000 miles an hour, and that would take. You know what I'm saying? That would physically be like you wouldn't
Your
be able,
body-
a human
you
wouldn't be able to do that.
It's
Right.
the same
Turn
But
it
if
thing.
you had a
mush.
field around
Unless
you,
you prolonged it over,
or
over
if you had
like
a field
2
around
hours.
you, or if you had a field around you like these flying objects that only put a certain amount of gravity on you
Yeah,
for like
exactly.
the whole
they
time.
they have like its own like
And that's
it
the
kind of makes
crazy part.
its own planet in a way.
yeah, it's like a little
Yeah.
bubble around
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That
Sure,
protects you
someday.
from like all.
I mean, this
forces.
is all speculation. We don't know if it's true or not, but
it's all speculation.
That
but
would
it's-
destroy the first law of relativity. Relativity.
Relativity?
well, no, yeah,
or
it
the
just,
third.
It completely debunks everything we know.
Yeah.
But what was really interesting was their point on the podcast, which was like, for those people, if they are aliens, those guys might have started with engines like that. Like we started with like fossil fuels, and
Yeah.
like creating these fucking massive jet propulsion engines, and like that's
Yeah.
how we know how to do it as of like
Yeah.
right now.
That's how like
But there
humans have
could be
evolved
there
to
could
do
be
that.
like
There
obviously
could be a planet that like evolved to do it in a different way.
Yeah, and
we
based
could
on
have
the
evolved to,
resources
like,
they
only do
had.
energy, and like we just
Yeah.
decided to do coal because we were cheaper. We had a lot of people, but
Or
there
because
could
it was
be
what we had on the
Civilizations
Earth.
that like went a different route because of like the economics and all that.
Yeah,
Nuclear.
it's super interesting.
And that's why we went turned to coal though, because it was so
'Cause we had
cheap and
fossil
because all these
Nuclear is the
people.
power
Yeah,
of the
well,
future.
not
It's our
even
natural
that
resource.
though.
I don't
know why we
but like
stopped
it's
that,
because we had
but-
so many people at the time that
Because
we needed
there
to
can be
provide for
nuclear
them.
meltdowns.
We needed to have those.
just level
Green
places.
energy back then in the 80s would have been
but it's-
immeasurably
it is
more
the cleanest
expensive.
until it
and that's the
melts.
main
Until
thing.
it
Would have switched energy
fucks some
years
shit up.
ago
Until Chernobyl.
if it wasn't just more economical
The
for
elephant's
the
foot.
world. But fossil fuels and coal is more economical.
Did you see that movie?
And that's
Yeah.
why we
That show?
stuck to that. Which is
I
crazy.
didn't watch that.
No, it totally is. And even if we were to
having two
transition to
completely
green
different
energy now,
conversations
it's
right
still tough, you know?
What are you guys blabbering on about?
Oh, nothing.
we
Just
got- we got
Chernobyl, the
on-
elephant's
yeah.
foot, you know.
Chernobyl.
Crazy stuff like that.
You know.
Nuclear power.
Yeah, did you guys watch that?
That's
that series?
no, I didn't watch.
not.
Apparently, it was really
I
good.
watched it all in one day, sitting right here.
Jesus, bro.
And I watched it with McD, and
did
it
I
was
watch it?
it was absurd.
Yeah, I heard it was crazy.
The last episode's pretty like crazy though. How like when he explains it all and like the like what you're taking away and what you're adding to like that whatever.
Well, it's kind of historical fiction,
core.
right?
Yeah.
Huh?
I,
Yeah, well, it's all like recreated footage and stuff like that, but like the actual like
Premise of
science
it.
behind it and premise is all correct.
Yeah.
I was reading this tweet the other day. It goes, yeah, my friend was actually in Chernobyl during the meltdown. And he's like, yeah, dude, I can count on one hand at least 8 of the mistakes that happened in the documentary.
Oh man.
8 fingers, Tommy.
Jeremy Wade from River
He can
Monsters.
count on
he,
one
like-
hand, radiation.
Yeah.
And he's
Tommy's like, oh no, I get it. Speaking of the radiation stuff too, and how in Chernobyl, they're seeing a lot of like different types of species of like insects and deer and all that. The first murder hornet's nest in the U.S. found in Washington State.
We're gonna have to get better with these transitions. But
Oh, we definitely
that's
are.
all. That's all part of the job.
I read something the other day. Apparently, you need to eat 10,000 bananas to die of radioactivity, because potassium has a half-life with radioactivity in it, and if you eat 10,000 bananas, you die of radiation poisoning.
That's absurd.
If you eat, I think it's
I'm sure
if you
it's in,
eat
like-
10,000 bananas in like an hour or
Yeah,
something
like-
stupid like that. But also, then the next thing is
Probably physically
you're gonna
impossible.
die because of the radiation, not the 10,000.
Yeah, that's the same. That's
not
the
like
same thing as like,
suffocating
if you smoke your
just shit
body
your
weight
pants.
in like
Yeah.
5 minutes, you'll die of marijuana. Like, yeah,
No,
literally
murder
no one
hornets,
can
though.
fucking do that.
Murder hornets, they
dog.
found. Yeah, they found the first nest. Yeah.
Have you seen the photos of the guys holding it?
Did you see what they
No,
did
I
to
don't- I
get
don't
the?
know how-
Did you see what they did to get the nest?
No.
They tied these little GPS trackers.
How big is it? Like, is it the size of this table? Like, how big is a nest?
Probably the size of like the golf balls, right? I don't.
Yeah.
No.
It looks like a
was in
Monsters,
tree.
Inc.
No,
like,
it was in a
thing.
tree. It was in a
No,
tree.
no,
I
you
don't
think
know how
I'm
big.
joking? They come out in like those big, like the yellow,
No,
with the
yeah,
yellow
yeah,
suits.
oh, yeah.
So why are they so dangerous? Is because like how
First
big
of
they
all-
are? Because
first of all-
apparently they eat flesh.
They kill.
They eat honeybees.
sorry if
They
you can hear
kill
my
all our
burps.
honeybees, which
can't help
are
it.
essential to our
I
environment.
keep
Darren.
burping into the
And then-
and then at the last
Absolutely.
turn away.
Absolutely essential for our environment.
I love you guys.
our honeybees,
Please continue to watch our
pollination,
podcast.
everything. They kill them off. They chop their heads off. It's all bad.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then
There's
on
a
top of
video.
that- on top
One
of
murder
that-
hornet went through 1,000 bees.
Yeah.
In,
And then on top of
like
that-
30 minutes, just ate them.
They have
Jesus.
they have toxins in their sting, and it kills some people.
I feel like if it's
in,
if
like,
it's enough
Asia and stuff.
stings,
Well, their whole thing is one of them aggroes on you, all of them aggro on you. And
Yeah,
then
it's like a little
you get enough
gang.
stings and you die.
But so
Yeah.
And it can go through beekeeping outfits.
but they got floss.
That's why they have these new stuff.
these
gotta have new
scientists got
suits.
floss. Oh shit. They got floss and little mini GPS trackers and like
Oh
tied
my
floss
gosh.
around the bees and let them fly home. That's how they found the first nest. Yeah, like tooth floss. Like
I've done that before.
They like
And they-
wrapped it around their little legs.
yeah, with like
What you do is you put them.
crazy.
They get them really cold. So
these
when
little-
bees get cold, when insects get cold, they can't move. And so what you do is you get them ice cold for like a second, and then they're like, "Ah!" and then you just tie something around.
I
them,
mean,
and then
that's how we
and
would
then
be
they
too.
heat up, and they're like,
yeah, and then they all
and they
flew
just fly away.
Then they all flew back to the same spot in a tree in some like park, and then they just went and like uprooted the tree. It just,
Yeah, like burnt it.
No,
Show the
they
point.
basically sucked it all out into this like crazy vacuum thing, and they had like a bunch of bees in these vacuum bags.
It's crazy. They literally look like I don't know. It's Monsters Inc.
They're
huge.
massive, bro. They're
It's
like
crazy.
They
yeah,
can get
the
like
pictures
that
from
big.
them look like
They're
pretty
huge.
crazy. Like in the actual,
The-
they look pretty scary.
the cool thing is though what they came from Japan, right? Didn't they?
That was my
Yeah.
favorite.
So
that was my favorite
the
part.
bees-
It's like, do they
the bees
fly
in-
all that way? Like,
I get,
No, they're playing. They get on a
probably
plane.
went,
They
they
get
probably went
on
on
a
a
ship.
ship.
get
It was probably-
everybody's keyboard in the plane.
yeah, he's got his little bag.
Yeah.
Dude, it takes
Fucking
it
bee
takes,
customs.
It
Oh,
takes,
you have any honey on you? Fuck, you're out of there.
bro,
Look out.
it only takes a few for them to start spreading. You know.
That's how rats got to
Well, okay, but-
Hawaii
but wait, but
by,
so,
by
like-
ship freighters and all that. Now there's
Don't-
like an infestation of rats.
Yeah, don't they
Same
need?
thing with boars.
Don't they need like a queen in order
Actually,
to
no,
start?
they might have always had boars.
Well, they
Maybe.
probably need. Yeah, I'm
Or
sure.
do? Isn't wait?
Bro,
wait,
every
I
bee
think.
colony has a queen.
Yeah, but I think. Wait, can bees adapt so that one of them can turn into a queen? I think
That's a great question. I don't know how the
I don't know.
evolutionary
I don't know
cycle
how
of
bees work
works,
either.
yeah. But
But I feel like I remember hearing that if like the queen dies randomly, because if the queen dies, your hive is fucked because you don't make any more babies. But
That is interesting because who becomes the next queen? Because
Right?
it's a bigger bee.
I know,
Like,
yeah.
usually,
like,
usually
how do
it's
they-
one of the usually
how
it's
do
one
they
of the ones that have already been
transform into
laid.
that, you know?
Like, it's one of the eggs that hasn't like fully grown yet, so they can still like.
that'd be crazy.
Imprint it?
Oh my
I don't
god,
know.
that'd be crazy if bees.
feed
could
them
do
with
that.
an egg, like,
I think they
hello?
feed it something. I think
Queen-
they have like
well,
queen
it'd
honey.
be crazy if the queen knew it
I
was
think I'm
dying,
calling that
so
on my
it
ass.
made another queen
I
bee.
think that's what it
Yeah,
has
and then
to do.
and then let the colony know that it's the next one.
Well, they would know. I guess there's like a scent or a pheromone or something on the bee that lets them.
They do
know
little
that-
dances. You think I'm joking? Like literally
I'm
when,
sure
a,
they
when a
do,
little
I'm sure they
honeybee
do.
lands and he's like, I found a flower. He's like, bzz, bzz, bzz. Flowers over here.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's crazy that the Japanese bees
Yeah.
they adapted and they learned how to kill murder hornets. If there was one of them, they would just suffocate it.
No way.
Like a colony of bees in Japan would just fly around it and suffocate the murder hornet.
So the murder hornet.
So they had
can-
honeybees that could kill murder hornets.
But that's why they were so worried about them coming here.
Those guys to come
But that's
here?
why they were so worried about them coming here because our
boys,
our bees don't know that.
So the reason that works.
So our honeybees are soft little bitches.
Well, they don't. They've never had to deal with
I've
a
never
fucking
had
murder
murder
hornet.
No, but also Ben, insects don't have lungs. They breathe through their body.
Well, here. Let me.
So like, how do they suffocate? And
I
that's
don't
it.
know.
There's
Let me
like
explain.
20 of them.
Yeah,
that
you literally just like
surround-
Let me explain.
squeeze it. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
So the way this works is the hornets die at a certain temperature. Let's just say they die at 100. The honeybees die at, I think these numbers are made up. I'm just making round numbers. 102. The honeybees die at a temperature that's like slightly higher.
I thought you were saying years. I was like,
No. They
Very long
die at a
lifespan.
temperature that's slightly higher than the murder hornets. So what they do is they gather around them, like you said, and then they just shake their bodies and get it really fucking hot. They're just like fuck this guy.
crazy.
They get really hot, and the murder hornet's like has a fucking heat stroke and dies, and the bees are like, oh, thank God we didn't get too hot. We almost died too. And then they deal with the rest of them.
That's interesting.
wild.
Yeah, that's very.
I don't know how they figured that out. Like, okay, this guy can't get hot. If he gets too hot, he dies. Let's all get around him and rub each other off on this guy.
life,
It'd be the weirdest thing.
life finds a way.
Life finds a way, guys.
Always away.
Dude, I've been burping into this mic the entire time. I keep forgetting.
15, 20 minutes.
I just gave you a good one.
I
That
wanted
was
to play a
probably
little
louder
game
than any of mine, which I'm glad about. Tommy's
that
a new burper.
that Rooster Teeth plays. It's called $1 Million Butt from a guy named Blaine Gibson. And pretty
Gav
much
come up with that?
no, it's Blaine's show.
Oh,
Yeah, he's the one that
show,
made it and
but
everything.
I thought Gav came up with it on the podcast.
No. He's the one that that's Gavin or Google, which I want to do the same thing with you, calling Banjo or Bing. We'll do that in the future. But pretty much the premise of this game.
That's why I said banjo bing earlier.
Pretty much the premise of this game is you get $1 million, and then you say some absurd scenario that you would have to live with for a year, 5 years, the rest
All
of
right,
your
$1
life.
million, but you got to eat all the fingernails. You taking the money?
We're talking about the same lady.
Yeah, same lady.
Man,
you got to eat all the
off
fingernails.
this,
$1 million.
bro. What is your fetish?
I wouldn't do that.
That's
We're
the
not
first thing I thought of.
enough with the fingernails.
You
Fuck
didn't
that.
even know.
I was gonna
Never.
say. I was.
Okay, so Laura's not
No,
taking the money.
no.
I'll take the fucking money for that. I'll eat the
Hell
fingernails for $1
fucking no.
million.
You're gonna all 10 fingernails.
Oh, I'm assuming
That
I have
are
to
like-
eat it in
That's
one
like
go.
12 feet of fingernails,
Dude,
banjo.
all right,
We're
I'll have to put like shards and everything. I'm fine with that.
We're not
Whatever.
talking about that.
Time out. First of all, can we up the ante a little bit? Because like $1 million, it's good.
$1 million is a lot of money.
but
But like,
That's what I was gonna
but
say.
for
Yeah,
a
but-
lot of bad shit that you have to do, $1 million's
but
not enough.
That's
for me.
why you have scenarios that aren't that bad. Like, for example, you have $1 million, but every day for the rest of your life, you can only wear black clothing. So if you're in the sun at the beach, dying of heat, only wearing black clothing, including your shoes, your hats, everything you put on you.
Yeah, but
Would you take it? Yes or no? For the rest of your life, you only can wear black clothing.
Yes. If I'm at the beach, I'm in black bathing suit, no shirt, nothing.
Can't wear any type. You got to wear a black hat. You got to wear black socks, black shoes.
Yeah, but I can take my hat off, right? I'm allowed that.
He's at the
Yeah,
beach.
no, I'm
He's
just saying,
in a
I don't
black
have to
bathing
keep my
suit.
clothes on me at all
I
times.
just be fucking naked for the rest of my life. Back to
Yeah, no,
the
no.
naked stuff.
If it's 100,
What are we doing?
It's 105 degree day.
I'll
you have
grow
to
my
wear black.
fingernails to be
For
my
$1 million?
clothing.
For $1 million?
Ben, would you take it?
Probably not. If it was like 5-10 million, maybe I'd consider it.
I do it for like 5 years, $1 million.
Yeah.
But for the rest of my life, nah.
Yeah, no shot.
Yeah,
the rest of my
it-
life.
I don't want to
I'm
be
with
wearing
Banjo,
fucking.
yeah.
I agree. I wouldn't take the money there.
I would do 10 years, like $2 mil. Fine with that.
Yeah.
That's a good
10
one.
years, 2 mil.
10 years, 10 mil. Give me that.
All right. So what do you think
I mean,
about
yeah.
this? You get $1 million.
$1 million a year for black.
Yeah, I'd do that. Or you could just do. Wait, what did you say, Lardo?
Yeah, wait, what is yours?
Go on.
You get $1 million, but for 1 year, once a day at random. When you drink water or tea or beer, whatever you drink, that one sip of whatever liquid it is will turn into pickle juice. So right now, if I go like this,
God,
I'm fine
easy.
with
this
that.
one
Easy.
sip,
Easy.
that will turn into
I
pickle
lo-
juice.
I kind of
$1 million?
I'll do that.
I kind of
any
enjoy
day.
pickle juice. Not gonna
You get
lie.
$1 million?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm in.
I'm down
But
with
it,
that.
like at the like it's a time that you wouldn't like you'd be like in the morning you'd be like chugging water and that one chug would just be pickle juice.
I'll
You'd
take
be
it.
like,
I'll take
I'll
it.
take it.
Oh.
You get
I don't
used
know.
to it pretty
I think
fast.
I like that.
I'm
get used to it
totally
pretty
cool with
bad.
that. I've used pickle juice as chaser before.
It could be a
Once every
shot.
day?
It could be a shot at a bar. Magically turns the pickle
That would
juice. You're
be-
like, well, fuck, I'm not getting this
Yeah,
shot.
that would suck. Every day?
Unless it's tequila, I'm
Once a
totally
day,
cool
once
with
a
that.
day for 1 year.
Oh yeah, easy money.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
easy.
take
That's
it.
easy.
Yeah, yeah.
That's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I would take it too.
Bro, you know
Pickle
that
juice
they-
isn't that bad.
it would
You
also
know that
be
they
kind of
sell like gallon jugs of just pickle juice?
Just pickle juice, yeah.
Yeah.
People are
They
psycho.
sell pickle,
Isn't that
pickle beer.
insane?
well, dude.
Yeah.
Beer.
Well, no, think about it though.
Well, that's different.
Well, you might want to pickle like other things. So
You
need
can also-
pickle juice to pickle
well,
them.
Yeah.
But isn't that
how it
no?
works? Or you
No.
need vinegar,
Pickle-
right?
you
No.
pickle stuff with vinegar.
No,
Yeah.
that's a thing. That's a thing that Rizzi Podcast talked about. You can pickle pretty much anything.
Yeah.
Like, and
Yeah.
Gavin was like, I want to pickle a banana, or I want to pickle
That's just
like a
gross.
freaking kumquat or something. Like, how gross would that be?
Well, I'm sure there's
Eat
other
that
things like
pickled product.
pickled onions aren't bad. I've had
I just
those
like
before.
pickles.
Pickled
I'm not a
onions?
big pickle guy, but I'd do it for a million.
Well, it just tastes
Yeah.
like vinegar. It's not pickles. You know
So,
what I mean?
so that was my other thing.
I know,
What
but a
if- what
pickle
if
is a
you-
cucumber, right?
It's a yes. It's
Cucumbers are also gas, by the way.
And salt, and I think like one other
okay.
liquid. But would you substitute that? Now, say whatever liquid that is, but it turns into ketchup or turns into mayonnaise or mustard. Would
Is
you
this
do
food though, or drink?
Okay, well, you got to pick one
Drink,
because
but
I'm.
when
Oh,
you take
no.
that sip, it'll turn into
Can you
ketchup,
can you tell
mustard,
me
or
if
mayonnaise.
it's? Can you tell me which one it is?
Yeah, you got to make a choice.
Mayonnaise.
Okay, well then I'm out.
That one sip. It could
Okay,
be
not
like,
gonna lie.
Is it like does it turn into like a viscous
If
mayonnaise?
it's the amount of sip that you take in that sip, that's the
It's
amount.
not the-
Oh
It's
my
not
god!
the
I
same-
would never take big sips ever again.
You would have
I
to
literally
take the
just go.
smallest sips.
Yeah, you'd be
ever.
so scared.
You could like.
Okay.
Ben is trying not to burp in the
I don't
mic.
think you
got
heard it
one.
that time.
I got
a good
for
one
this.
in the mic.
All right. Anybody have any?
I got
anybody have
one.
any good? Yeah.
$1 million. You know, we'll make it. Well, just stick with one. 5 years of your life, once a month. You don't know which day. You know the day before. You'll actually know an hour
So
before.
this is
it
60
happens.
times total.
60 times total. $1 million. One random animal will just show up and try and fuck you up. And you gotta beat it.
Jesus. Okay. Well,
It's random. It's
no.
like imagine
So-
a big
so-
old wheel with all the animals on it.
But
you could have a fucking
lion.
Kodiak
It
bear.
would have to be.
Yeah.
It would
Come
have
up
to
and
be
just
a
try
land animal, right?
No
It could be like
shots.
a shark.
Half the time you would die
be a
before
shark.
you won this
That's what I'm
competition.
saying.
No, that's why
So
you,
there would be
you
no
got $1
money.
million. Fucking spend it.
On what?
A
Like
bear at 50
Okay,
cal.
so when you get the $1
God.
million
Wait, what
dollars
would
when
you
you
say?
sign
One-
a contract saying we're gonna drop a random animal off once a month for
it's
5
magic.
years.
You also get magically $1 million too. It just shows up. You have an hour warning that'll go up. You're like,
Fuck
this
no,
animal
then I'm
is
wasting
coming
my
for
money
you.
on. I'm wasting my money on protective
Could you
gear.
get away from it? Could you
get
drive away from it?
Yeah,
Or
it's
would it
like
Either
continually
kills
follow
you
or you kill it.
or you kill it.
no, thank you. I don't need that stress.
You
in
gotta
my
up the
life.
ante on that one. 1 million is way too low.
I think
for that.
10. I do it for 10.
Shit, dude. There's no.
If
shot.
I'm not getting
There's a lot of
extreme,
ways.
if
This
I'm
would
not
be so fun.
if I'm not getting extreme apex predators, I'm on board.
Like sometimes you'll
But
just
the
be like,
minute
bro,
I'm getting a
yeah,
You
but
would
suppose you
have
get a
to
fucking
kill it.
Bengal
You would have to
tiger.
kill
It'll
it.
just.
what about
Wait.
a jaguar banjo in this house? What are you gonna do with a jaguar?
I have an hour for
Well,
prep. I'm
oh,
gonna
you
go
can
get
say
on a
that.
boat.
You can say that. You have an hour for prep.
It'll let you know.
Think about every month when the trash pickup people come and you have a dead tiger, and then the next month you have a dead buffalo.
They
Like,
disappear.
what the
The animal disappears when you kill it.
The
Oh,
first
it disappeared. Okay, I thought you.
Well, I was gonna say
dispose of
the first year. The first year you're gonna get some weird looks, but second, third you'll be like, oh, this is the guy. We've
What
been
if a
explained
fucking
this.
giraffe comes and breaks through your
All right,
ceiling?
I got a good one.
Cut
right?
off its legs.
I gotta
I'm
go-
assuming if with $1 million you could buy a fucking sword.
True.
I got a
I
good
wouldn't
one.
take the money.
I
Fuck
would.
that.
I would
Neither
take
would
that
I.
in a second.
I got
That would be
I got
so
a good
fun.
one. Ready?
All right, yeah, let me hear it.
Ready? I'll give you $10 million a year.
A year.
A year.
That's a lot of money.
If you
$1 million.
have to shit yourself randomly out once a week. Once a week, you shit your pants.
You do it
at
involuntarily.
Once
yeah,
a
at a random
week.
point in time, your pants just shit your pants. But you get
Speaking from food poisoning and how that made me feel, I would never take
I'm
that
in.
money.
10 mil.
10
I'm
mil,
in.
Nope,
10 mil a
never.
year to
I'm
shit
in-
your
I'm in
pants.
that.
I'd
Like-
wear a diaper until I shit myself,
So how
and
many-
then I'm good for the rest of the week.
So how many
Oh,
weeks?
fuck.
How
Do
many
you
weeks
know
in a
the
year?
day you're
how
doing
many
it?
weeks in a
How's
year?
that cheating?
How many weeks in a year?
52?
52, 54 max.
Okay, so you're taking 52 shits at random moments for $10 million.
Yeah,
Basically,
well,
you're telling me
those red
nothing's
here.
changed in my life.
Yo, you shit randomly once a week.
But
I don't
those
think
random
anybody heard
moments
that.
could be at the worst time.
No,
like,
I don't
like
think
a-
anybody heard
Yeah, what
that.
if they
heard that?
They heard that.
What if you're on like a
God.
first you're on a date and
Yeah.
you just shit yourself?
You're on a first date.
And you're like,
That's what
well,
I'm
this
saying.
is how I get my income, baby.
That's why I wear a diaper everywhere I go.
Yes. At the beginning of the week, you put on a diaper, and then once you shit yourself, all right, that week's over. Don't have to wear a diaper anymore.
All right, so let's say the night that you go out, it just so happens that you got through clean and you didn't have to shit yourself, and then you're
Oh, so
getting
you're telling me, so
intimate with
Saturday-
your
so
lady, and
Sunday
she's like, "Why the hell do you got a diaper on right now?"
Wait, do you get
I'll be
Like,
like,
why do you have a damn diaper?
Is it
because
every-
I
is
make $1 million a year.
No, 10 million.
10 million a year.
I make 10
Even
million
better.
fucking
Shitting
year.
myself.
Even fucking better.
I make 10 million a year because I shit myself all the time. Bitch, you want to get in this bed?
So 10 million a year, and you shit yourself 12
No, once
times.
a week. Once a week, so 52 times a year.
Oh, so 48 times.
52 times a year.
Yeah. That, I don't know,
48.
man.
But yeah, why did you say 12 and 40? Oh,
I don't
because it
know
was
why.
months. It was
Yeah, months. So 48 times a year.
No, there's
I don't
52
know why.
weeks.
I don't know where the 48 is
52,
coming from.
yeah.
I know where the
52
12 is
weeks,
coming
so
from.
you
Trouble.
shit yourself once a week, 52 times. So 52 times in a year.
Jesus.
I'm fine
For
with
$10
that.
million.
But do you know when it's coming on? Or you just
No,
happen?
oh no, it's random.
So
Random.
every week it's random. It could be on a
Yeah,
Tuesday
yeah,
one day, it
yeah,
could be on a
yeah.
Wednesday the next
It could
day.
be Tuesday at 12
It could be
o'clock.
on a Sunday one day and the Monday the
Yeah,
next.
yeah.
And you
Oh,
twice
the best case scenario.
That'd be tough. Actually, in a way, yeah, I guess you're right. That would
then
be
Then
you
you have to wear a diaper every fucking day.
Yeah,
I'm
that's what
fine with
saying.
that. I'll do that for 10 mil a year.
Okay, I think
I mean,
I'm-
you could just
fucking
spend $1
kidding
million on the most high-end diapers.
All right, wait. So okay. So what are our answers? For me personally, I'll do it for a 1 year. I'll shit myself 52 times for $10 million.
What a conversation we're having right now.
I do that for the rest of my life. Because once you get
Yeah.
once you get old, it doesn't like you're gonna be shitting yourself regardless.
That's true. So you're like on a pension.
Yeah, I'm fine with that,
shitting
man.
yourself.
10 mil a year, Tommy. I would never have to do anything ever. Ever. I could just sit here and just talk.
just shit
and do
yourself.
nothing. I'd shit myself. Be like, oh, bring me my 10 mil, baby.
You're reduced to the biggest shell of a human being if you do that, though. Just
Oh,
like
I'd be fine
sitting
with
in
it.
your house, shitting yourself.
I'd
Who's
be
that?
shitting myself.
Who's
and
that? Oh, that's
then,
Banjo.
Then
He shits
a
himself
random
once a
animal
week.
is here.
No biggie.
Well, I'm not doing that.
I
I
would
mean,
be-
shit. I guess I'd probably do it. 10 mil is a lot of money.
Yeah,
10
10 mils. That's what I'm saying. If you up the ante a little bit, everything starts to come a little bit.
I totally shit myself a week every week for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
For $10 million
Yeah,
a
it would be
year.
inconvenient though at times though.
What
when
if
you're
you-
like, I
Alright,
don't know,
never
run,
mind.
you're like,
But then
I'm
think
gonna
about it.
sign
At a
for
certain,
whatever.
yeah, but at a certain point, you only do it a couple years, and you can invest your money.
You'd just be so
You don't
used to
need
wearing a
shit
diaper.
Just get used
I
to
love
it.
that there's just a higher power that's been like, all right, oh, he's out of the deal. Like, all right, we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been shitting himself for 4 years. He's one of our best clients, but he's decided to move on.
He actually shits himself twice a week. We don't know why, though. He just started doing it.
All right, boys. Well, this has been a very productive first podcast. We're
Has it been
reaching
an
our
hour?
reaching our hour limit.
Yeah.
We will see you guys next time. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Leave a comment down below for things you'd like to see us do in the future, topics you'd like us to discuss.
Tell me if you want Ben to shit himself.
or stuff
love
you
you.
wouldn't like us to discuss, like these two bronies here.
Thank
you for watching,
that
everybody.
was a tough conversation to end on, but you know, we're glad you stuck with us.
But we
Thanks for
hope you
watching.
stick with us, and thank you so much for watching.
Hey, and also remember to call 1-800-CRIT and Aperol Crit, both two different numbers, but give them a call.
It's our buddy that's not here right now, but
yeah,
he's a big jabroni.
ignore that. But we love you all. Thank you for watching our stupid podcast.
You know, it's just going to keep recording. Like,
Stay
Yeah, I
safe.
know.